Okay, you guys that got British bikes already know, but some of you don't. If you got these Brit bikes, you really got to have every tool in the world. I have to have SAE, I have to have metric, and I have to have my Whitworth tools. Whitworth being for the 68 BSA, but it's got a little bit of everything on it. And then your standards, mostly for your Nortons and T160. But every now and then you find an odd size fastener of some sort, and it takes both metric and SAE, as I say in the Whitworth, to be sure you have everything you need. Now I want to turn around and give you a look in the toolbox and show you kind of how I do things. And I lay my wrenches out in order. I got some missed down here because I'm working on a few projects. And if you can just reach right in there and grab your wrenches, your work goes a whole lot faster. And here's some of the Whitworth and the sockets to match them. You gotta have all that sort of stuff. Every screwdriver in the world, every kind of plier. I keep my SAE sockets separate. That's a junk drawer. Metric sockets here. Electrical stuff. But that's not all the tools. I keep tools in 2 or 3 different places. Now I keep supplies. Whenever I find things at bargain, I buy supplies, and I buy things like these old bullet style reflectors, the genuine Lucas. They're kind of hard to find now. All my bearings and spark plugs, and I even bought a bunch of these spark plug caps from NGK. They came on a lot of the British bikes. I'm lucky to have these parts containers to put things in. Okay. Then if you're going to work on these things, you also got to have things like pullers and specialty tools. Then you can't do it without your manual. You've got to have a manual. You'd be blind working on it if you don't have your parts book. Get you a genuine parts book or reproduction. Get you a genuine shop manual. Now I put these plastic covers on mine because you're working on with greasy fingers and brake fluid and stuff like that. And if you put them in these plastic covers and put them in a folder, you can just keep your originals in the house, and these things wipe off. And you got to have all these pullers, all these specialty pullers, the Triumphs and Nortons and everything. You'll recognize some of them as you see them. Now, I've got a lot of stuff in my basement that I don't have here. These are a few of my books and my manuals. Now all these boxes here are full of stainless steel. I like to use stainless whenever I can, as long as it doesn't look too out of place on the bike. Like my BSA, I keep it original, but my Norton and my T160, I don't mind putting stainless fasteners on it. And I even buy lock nuts in different sizes. Lock nuts are a handy thing for these British bikes because they vibrate, and of course you got to have your standard nuts and all. I always use Loctite with them. More manuals, parts, cables. And I do my dirty work outside, but I can do work in here on this table. And on my workbench is not, I don't really do a lot of pounding on it because it's oak. And I built this little workbench here just for nasty work. If I want to throw something greasy up there and pound on it, it won't hurt anything because it's just built out of scrap. The T1, no, I mean the Rocket 3, I sold most of the parts of. I showed you that in the first video. And you've seen just about everything. Got a few more cans running you probably didn't see. I like my old tools and my old cans. They're just kind of unique. They're not making these babies anymore, so they're nice to have. Especially the ones with the motorcycle logos on these old Castrol cans. They're pretty neat. Old 2-stroke oil. This black gold here is a local oil made in Nashville, Tennessee only. It's for racing. I got me a couple of cases of that. I got one case not even opened. I'll crack better pictures. Another bin Bostrom. The main thing is have all the tools you need. Like these are torque screwdrivers. You got all sorts of wrenches, all sorts of pullers, bearing pullers. Have to fabricate a few tools. Like I use this on the Norton brakes. It's a special tube, but you can make your own. This is a clutch holder. SAE and metric Allen wrenches. Body tools. I do most of my own body work. I'm not a body man, but I get by. We've seen the most of the garage. These walls are insulated. They have sheetrock in some places, this brick siding in some places, and this corrugated metal in the back, which I really like because it makes it a little more light and gives it that garagey look. And when I started doing my wiring, I figured, well, it's a garage, why not go ahead and make your electrical outlets with your conduit exposed, because that's the way garages really were. So I'm working on that, and all of them